Recently, in a leaked Dragon Ball Heroes cutscene, we see Goku fighting Black Goku in the future timeline, in a similar place where Trunks fought Black. Here is where it gets interesting. We also see Zamasu watching the fight, and it gets even more interesting when you realize Zamasu is wearing a green earring or Potara just like Black. Now, DBH doesn't represent the official anime series. They show a lot of crazy stuff, like for example Super Saiyan 4 Broly. But while highlighting the Dragon Ball Super character, they usually maintain the design and basic idea. So, since they showed Zamasu and Goku Black in the same place but separately, it strongly implies that it is true. It doesn't necessarily mean Zamasu isn't fused with Goku. It could be that future Zamasu is already fused with Black, and now this Zamasu just arrived using the time ring. However, now I'll turn the theory mode on and share my theory with you guys regarding this particular scenario. What happened here is basically a time paradox. This concept is different from the concept of time shown in Dragon Ball Z. Like Toriyama himself mentioned, it is going to be complex. So don't calculate it following the old system. This is something new. A proper example would be DC Universe character Flash. It is similar to the concept of the time Flash goes through with that mother murdered incident and all. A time paradox is an apparent contradiction or a logical contradiction that is associated with the idea of time and time travel. So you would think that Goku Black came even before Goku met Zamasu, so that doesn't make any sense, but in a vague way, that is what created Goku Black. As we see in Dragon Ball Super episode 53, Zamasu always had a desire to end all the foolishness of the mortals. He considers all mortals to be very idiotic and inferior. He just doesn't see the reasoning behind guarding, which is supposed to be his job. And then he meets a mortal by the name of Goku who whooped his ass and shattered all egos he ever had. Goku really got him bad. At the beginning, he was like, "Oh, you inferior being, maintain distance with me." And he was even surprised when Beerus asked him to go all out. And then he got defeated. It was really intense and I felt a bit bad for him in a different way. The troll was too intense, man. This totally destroyed Zamasu's self-image and reputation, and he already had a grudge against the humans, and this event in particular was the final blow. He was literally trained to be calm all his life and was thus able to hide the frustration from Gawasu. But as we saw, he had a completely different idea on his mind and in a way vowed to take revenge. This made him sure that his suspicions about the mortals are right. Now, we notice that there's a lot of similarity between Goku Black and Zamasu in fighting style, ki, and even the thought process. But still, the dots are not connected. We have Goku Black in the future and we have Zamasu. Things are just way too messed up. And Gawasu is the Kaioshin who connects the dots in this theory. We know in Dragon Ball Super episode 54, Zamasu and Gawasu is the Kaioshin who connects the dots in this theory. We know in Dragon Ball Super episode 54, Zamasu and Gawasu will travel 1000 years into the future. We know it from the episode title and summary. Dragon Ball Super episode 54 title: Inheritor of Saiyan Blood, Trunks resolve. With his son Trunks worried about his lack of power, Vegeta? Trunks is shocked at the huge gap of power between himself and Goku as he irresponsibly acts as if they don't even need him around. His father Vegeta is outraged. This week Zamasu and Gawasu using time rings. In order to observe what happens to the inhabitants of planet Babari, the two of them use time rings to wrap 1000 years into the future. What do they see in the future? So, they will travel into the future for sure, but we don't know why. Maybe Zamasu will get into some big argument with Gawasu regarding how dangerous the humans might become and what they might do to the universe. And so he would be able to convince to travel into the future and see who is right. Zamasu will probably then see stuff that will further motivate him to interfere in the matters of the mortals instead of looking after. But Gawasu would keep protesting, so at one point Zamasu will kill Gawasu and will justify it in his mind as a sacrifice for the greater good. That is how he will get the green Potara earring Gawasu is wearing. And according to this theory, that earring has some significance. By using it, you can combine mind or control someone with mind, and you don't even necessarily have to fuse your body with them. We constantly see Gawasu tries to teach Zamasu how to be calm and control his emotions. We already know Zamasu is a fighting prodigy, but what if he is hiding much more power than what we see in episode 53? As we all know that he considers humans to be very inferior, so maybe he was using only a little of his powers. And maybe he is under Gawasu because he has immense power and Gawasu is helping him control it. As Gawasu has that earring which can be used to control another being, so if Zamasu gets out of control, Gawasu can stop him. At the end of Goku vs Zamasu fight, we saw Zamasu was again about to attack Goku, but Gawasu stopped him. So maybe that's what is going on. Somewhat similar to the concept of Broly, Zamasu finds that out and takes both the earrings. As he can't defeat the current timeline's Goku using the time ring, he roams around the future. Point to be noted that time ring can only be used to go to the future. Black was able to access the past timeline only because of the time distortion that even for a limited amount of time. So he keeps searching for Goku in other timelines in the future. Note that it is specifically easier for Zamasu to find out Goku because Beerus and Whis in episode 53 told him exactly where Goku is from. And that is planet 4032 Green 877 in Universe 7. So it wouldn't take Zamasu much effort to find him, and using the time rings he will reach that time of the future where Goku caught heart virus and died. He will find Goku's body from the grave and make him wear the rings and thus will be able to gain control over Goku. Goku will get a life back but under Zamasu's influence, and because he dies before Zamasu could get him, he lost muscularity and become a bit skinny. So, this is how Goku Black was born. Zamasu is controlling him from a distance using that green earring as we can see in the Dragon Ball Heroes new intro. Guys, this was just a theory based on what we saw in Dragon Ball Heroes leaked footage. It might be wrong, it could be just one of the many crazy things they show. And what I mentioned till now was mostly to fit the theory or according to the theory. However, I will make another theory on Zamasu and Goku Black considering a different scenario. And it is quite possible that Goku Black is already fused with someone or is something else and Zamasu will just join him thanks to the sudden visit of Goku. What do you think about it? Comment your opinion down below and let me know. See you in the next